Bismillah. What's up, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. Kiko Fresh, and I'm still here in the beautiful island of St. Thomas. It's our last day today. It's kind of sad, but it's okay. I'm looking forward to going back home and doing my thing, and then planning our next vacation, inshallah. That's what gets me through, you know? Gotta look forward to the next thing. That's what life's all about. Gotta keep on looking forward and moving forward in life and enjoying what we have. So, yeah. Hope everyone is fantastic and great and lovely, as always. So, on today's Kiko Fresh show, I want to share a little story with you guys. So today is July 31st. So it's crazy. Like this year, I'm in a tropical island with my family, healthy as can be, loving life, right? But a year ago today, those of you who don't know, I was in the hospital actually. Kind of quick story, basically. That night, it was like around 2 o'clock in the morning. I had really bad chest pain. I was trying to shake it off. I was like, whatever, I'll go away. And like 20 minutes later, it just was not going away, and it was really bad. It felt like someone was just like squeezing me, and it hurt so bad. And I woke my wife up, and I was like, honey, we gotta go to the emergency room. Like I'm like having a hard time breathing. I was like, I was like gasping for air. Like it's funny now, but back then, looking back on it a year ago today, it was not funny. So we were like, all right, let's go. So we jumped in the car, grabbed our daughter, went over to the emergency room. I told them what was going on. Immediately, they brought me in right away. They started hooking me up to machines to check my heart rate, my blood pressure. My blood pressure was like out of this world. That's how bad it was. They couldn't do it. They asking me like if I drink or I smoke. I told them no, I don't drink and smoke. They thought I was having a heart attack. They couldn't figure out how to take a CAT scan. Well, I took an X-ray first. Then they couldn't really see anything. So then I had to take a CAT scan. That was a freaky, weird experience going in this machine. And then I had to wait a couple hours for the results. They still couldn't figure it out. Then finally, meanwhile, I got to the hospital like at 2:30 a.m. And then this is probably maybe about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. They finally figured out what's going on with me. They came in. The doctor told me I had pneumonia, and I was like, pneumonia in the summertime? They were like, yeah, it's weird, but you can get it. So I was like, all right, whatever. But they were like, we're gonna have to keep you overnight just to make sure. And I was just like, oh, whatever. It's just one night. So I had an IV. They were running like antibiotics in me to help me with the pain because the pain was so bad. They wanted to do some more tests. So whatever. I was like, all right, I'll stay here for one night, be out tomorrow, inshallah, and then we'll go from there. The next morning, the lung doctor came in and told me that I had. That they found two little black circles on one of my lungs, and that made them nervous, and it made me nervous. I was like, why do I have two little black circles? They were like, we're gonna have to keep you for another night because they needed to do a cardiogram. That's what it is. So I had to wait, and the guy already left it for the day, and it was already like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had to wait all day to find out that I had to stay another day because they were nervous about it. So they just kept on giving me IVs to help this pain. So then the next day I got a cardiogram, and they were still concerned about my lungs, so I had to see a lung specialist. But just keep your mind, I'm in the hospital for almost 3 days, and there's really not much to do in a hospital. I'm sure you guys have been in the hospital before. You just kind of sit there and you just think, and it just made me reflect, and it made me realize, I always talk about how short life is, but when you're laying in a bed and it's crazy, when one day you're feeling great, you were at work, you're playing with your little daughter, you mowed the lawn, and you ate dinner, and you felt good, nothing was wrong, and all of a sudden, bam. That's how crazy life is. It can be taken away from you, and I'm very thankful to our Creator. All praise to the Most High that He got me through that, and I'm still here, and I'm able to talk to you guys and still see my wife and my daughter. Because for a few seconds I thought I was a goner. I've never had pain like that. I've never experienced something like that before in my life. I've been very blessed to be very healthy. I try to take care of myself. It's important. So I'm very thankful that a year later I'm here on this beautiful island, and I'm okay, and I've gotten better. I saw my lung specialist last year. It was from August until pretty much the end of last year. It was a long year for me because I was seeing doctors to try to figure out if this was ever gonna go away, and then finally, towards almost November, the circles went away. But it was scary for a time. It was actually funny because when I got out of the hospital, they told me if I ever get that pain again to come back immediately. And like they said, give yourself 2 weeks. So I stopped going to the gym. I didn't really work that much. So I got 2 weeks later, I was feeling good. I started going back to the gym. I started lifting things again, and then all of a sudden that pain came back, that sharp pain, and I wound up back in the emergency room. And it was getting like around 4 o'clock in the morning this time, and my wife brought me. God bless her. I don't know what I would do without her. And the pain came back. I was only there for a couple of hours. Thank the dear Lord. They gave me some antibiotics, and they told me I just had to rest. So they put me on this 2 months strict thing. I could not lift for at least 2 months. So I couldn't even pick up our daughter. I couldn't lift anything at work. I could not lift just for my lungs to heal, because I had a lot of bruising and then the circles they were very concerned about. So I couldn't do anything. So I felt oh, this sucks. But I know it was for a good reason. But pretty much this story, why I wanted to share with you guys, that I'm very thankful, like I said, for that I'm still here and that I'm okay and I can still continue to enjoy life, and that's what it's about. And never take life for granted, because it can be gone in a second. So yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you guys like this story. Life is scary and life's a blessing, so appreciate every day you have. It's very thankful. All right, you guys, thank you very much. I'll see you soon, inshallah, hopefully. All praise to the Most High, and everyone take care. I'm out.